Welcome to SnapComms. This training session shows you how to create desktop alerts using the new desktop alert interface. The key improvements introduced in the new interface are do-it-yourself themes, faster message creation through a simplified modern design, a drag-and-drop intuitive editing environment with greater visibility of editing changes, real-time previews of the alert and notification windows, an autosave feature, engaging on-screen animations, as well as easier access to reporting. All of these will be demonstrated in this session. Let's open the SnapComms Content Manager and take a look at the changes. Click Create Content, and here you'll spot the first difference. Notice how I have two desktop alerts. One is marked Legacy with this blue label. Choosing this version opens the interface that you are familiar with. Let's take a quick look at that. Here you select your template and then name the alert Legacy and select your folder. Now you see this existing interface with the tabs to navigate through along the top and the Save button on every tab. Let's leave that there and look at the new desktop alert. Now when I create content, I select the desktop alert without the legacy label. And instead of a selection of templates, you will now see a choice of themes. Themes govern the look of your alert in terms of logo, fonts, and colors. This new feature eliminates the need to order branded templates from SnapComms and gives you full control over the branding of your messages. For this training, we will imagine that we are the corporate communications team needing to send out an announcement about an office move. So I am selecting the Circle Company corporate theme. Name the alert and select the folder to save it in. Then click Create Content. Let's pause here and orientate ourselves in this new designer interface. Firstly, look at how the Circle Company corporate communications theme has styled the desktop alert window in terms of the logo, the colors, and the fonts. All editing is in real time, so you can immediately see exactly how your content will be displayed in the message window. Notice in the bottom right corner how every edit is automatically saved, and you can undo any changes you've made too. Now let's look at the right of the screen. Notice how the configuration options for setting the target audience, the dates, the delivery mechanism, and the notification setting are down the right side instead of tabbed across the top in the legacy alert. And of course, the Publish button is bottom right next to the Undo and Redo tools. Top left, we have three icons. Preview lets you see how the message will appear when published to your staff. We'll come back to this once we finish creating this alert. The pencil icon switches on the designer mode for editing the content, which we'll do shortly. Actions allow you to rename, move, clone, disable, or delete the content, as well as convert to content template, which is an incredibly powerful feature covered in a separate tutorial. Lastly, top center, you can switch the view from showing the content of the message window to seeing the pop-up notification. We'll look at that in more detail soon. This is another new feature, having control of the design and content of the pop-up notification. So let's get started and edit this alert. Switch on the designer mode and notice the tray of tools that becomes available on the right. You have the flexibility to add any of these tools to your alert as you build the content. But first let's edit the headline. Type or paste directly into the headline placeholder. Next, I'm going to clear this second placeholder so that I can add my content in the layout that I choose. Click on the placeholder and use the delete icon. In this message, I want to have some text on the left and a photo of the new building on the right. Select the text tool and place it in the position you want on the canvas. As I said, I want a picture next to my text, so I use this column splitting icon to split the text box to 1/3 of the width of the window. Delete the placeholder text and type or paste in your words. Insert your paragraph breaks and then format the first paragraph to a slightly different heading style. My text refers to a link to Google Maps, so let's highlight click here, open the link tool in the editing bar and paste in the Google Maps link. Add a tooltip if required and click Save. See how the link color we set up in the theme is automatically applied. Now let's add the image. Select the image tool from the right and drag it next to the text. Upload the picture of the building and then expand the image to fill the 2/3 width of the window. Now drag the image to fill the space. See how the text area has a scroll bar on the right? That's because the content is longer than the height of the box. To correct it, simply click the Expand to Fill Row arrow and it will expand to match the height of the image. Now I will add a footer element as a sign-off to the announcement from the corporate communications team. For the footer, I use the text tool, paste in the text, align it to the right, and change the background color to my default color, which is blue. Of course, I need to update the text color using the editor tool to be white, and I would like that size to be 12. Finally, size the outside window to content to get rid of any excess space. It's quick, easy and fun creating a desktop alert in the new interface. Now let's check the preview. Notice that animation as the window appears on the PC screen. The default animation is slide down like you just saw, but you can change that to other eye-catching options. I'll show you that later. You can now also switch to check the mobile preview. I think that looks great, but let's switch to the notification window and see how that looks. Remember, this is the small window that pops up bottom right of the screen, notifying staff that a new message has arrived. By default, this title on the notification is the name that you gave the alert, in this case, New Premises Announcement. Let's close the preview and make this notification window more interesting. Back on the designer canvas, switch to the notification window. I'd like to add some padding to the logo. Click on the logo, open the settings, open size and location, and add some padding to put some white space around the logo. That's great. Now we'll update the title and format it. Then move it down and add an image above it. Select your image file, move it into place and drag it to size. Notice how I can change the layering of the image to put it behind my text. The last thing is to edit the call to action buttons. We can now edit these to say something else. Just click and type something like "Show me now." And with that, we're done with editing the alert content and pop-up notification. Before we close the designer, let me show you some of the other display animation options. Click the settings cog, look for the display animation and change it from slide down to spin. Then apply. Let's go back to the preview. That's really engaging, and the animation applies to this notification window and the alert window too. Close the preview. Another thing I'd like to show you in the settings is how to change the theme. Open the Style tab and change from Circle Company Corporate Theme to the Circle Company HR theme and apply. Notice how the button color, the font color, and the logo have been changed out as per the new theme. I will revert that now, open the settings, choose the style, and go back to corporate theme. Switching back to the alert content window, I'd like to give a further demonstration on the padding features available for all editable modules. In this case, I would like to line the top of my picture up with the top of the text. Select the image, open the settings, open the size and location, and open the customized padding option. Here I want to add 10 pixels to the top of the picture to line it up with my text. Notice the white space above the image, and the image now aligns with the top of my first paragraph. Let's close the designer mode and look at the right-hand side of the screen where we need to set the target audience, the date, the delivery mechanism, and the notification settings for this alert. Start at the top with targets. This alert is for all staff, but of course I could also target individuals and or groups of employees if I switch to advanced targeting. In terms of dates, you would normally schedule an announcement like this for a future time and date so that all staff receive the news at a specific time. But for this demonstration, I'll send the alert immediately. The default delivery channel is to send to the SnapComms app on PCs and mobile devices. And it's always best practice to include a push notification to mobiles too. Of course, there are other channels available if you require them, like sending an SMS, an email, or use the webhook to send a Slack message or similar. Lastly, the notification settings. Just to orientate yourself, these settings were on the Advanced tab of the Legacy Alert. The notification type is pop-up notification by default, but it could be direct on screen or another option available here. The notification settings define how many times the pop-up reminder should come back if the user doesn't respond the first time he or she sees it pop up. The default is for the pop-up notification to stay on screen for 15 seconds and to keep recurring until it is read. The recurrence interval is to recur every 45 minutes, but this can be changed if you prefer. And now we're ready to publish. Check all your settings and confirm to publish. Here is the spinning notification window. And now the alert. Back at the dashboard, I have immediate access to the success or readership rates of the message. Thanks for watching this SnapComms training session. If you require additional help, please email tech.support@snapcomms.com or refer to our knowledge base article on using the new desktop alert.